Okay. Hello. How's it going? It is me, Serafine, and this is my first ever live stream. I'm a little bit nervous, not gonna lie, hands are a bit sweaty, but I think that's okay. Everybody has to start somewhere, right? uh, I wish to state my purpose, I guess. My intent is that to use a stream as a means of as a means of recording my growth in terms of my my art journey, my studying, to see if what I'm doing translates well in a creative way, of course, and I don't know. I guess to get me out of my shell, because I'm not much of a conversationalist, to be fair. So I thought I'd start a little bit small by, like, well, maybe not small. It's more like I'm just gonna throw myself into the deep end here and just embarrass myself, I suppose. Just oust myself as the moron that I am. Anyway, that's fine. That's fine. Everybody starts somewhere, like I said, and just have patience with me as I blunder through this. uh, I'm gonna play some music. Let's see if it actually, you know, that could be heard. I hope it's not too loud. It might be too loud. Yeah. I'm gonna. That sounds too loud on my end. I'm a little quiet. Can you hear me? I shouldn't be quiet. I'm gonna increase my. How's that? Can you hear me? Oh. I bumped my microphone for a second there. Am I getting drowned out by my own soundtrack here? Oh yeah. That's better. Ah, fantastic. There's something I wanted to do. I wonder if I can do it. Let's see if I can, No, I can't do that. I wanted to put my chat window in this frame here that I have above my head, above my little avatar's head. I hope that I can do that. Let me just shrink this down. Please don't. Ooh. Nope, I can't do that. Oh no! I can't do that. Let's see what else I can do here. How's the music? Is it too low? Is it too quiet? Let's see. I'm just forgive my sudden quietness. I am just fussing with something else on my desktop. Let's see here. Refresh? No? That didn't work. Can barely hear it, but my setup is kind of trash. I see. I just don't want to be drowned out by my my desktop music. I wonder if that's a bit better. Let's see here. Can't put the chat back in to the I can't put the chat back into the frame I have here. I'll have to figure that out later. Right now I just want to get started and get my reference on my screen here. So shrink this and just shrink that a bit. Okay. And no, actually, let's move this over here. All right. So I want to draw someone today, and the person I want to draw is Phantom from Arknights. I know he just recently got dethroned by a certain Texas altar. I'm not a little salty about it at all, but that's okay. Like, I'm fine with this. I'm going to try my best to just draw him the best that I can based on what I've learned. And one moment, something's bothering me here. Okay. Okay, my reference is up and ready. So the thing about Phantom is that I really like Phantom, but unfortunately he kind of like got outclassed DPS wise and crowd control wise, understandably, like in comparison to Texas Alter. I guess he would kind of sucks by virtue of just being a physical attacker. It's not really fair that Texas is just better because she does arts and she does art shred and what was it? Stun. Plus she has that even added nonsense of what was it? She recovers her health one time after killing an enemy, which is incredibly OP. It's also ridiculous. But even so, that's just the takeaway with these altars, right? They're like overpowered for like no reason. But that's okay. We're gonna start with a circle and draw. Let's draw Phantom. I should show what he looks like. He looks like this. He's a little cat boy. And that's his cat friend. Her name is Christine. Christine is a reference to, well, Phantom and Christine are a reference to Phantom of the Opera, which is pretty cool. But I think I like Christine the most because of her being able to rescue Phantom in that IS-2 thing. Was actually pretty cool. It's a pretty cool twist. Like, she's the reason why you're searching for Phantom and why you want to rescue him. And but that's not the reason why you want to rescue him. Like, IS-2 is still pretty fun once you figure it out. It's like, let's be fair, it's kind of nonsensical when you figure it out. But once you gets the gist of it, it's fine. Phantom here, because he's an actor, he's a bit melodramatic. Aw, I'm sorry. You never got past the first ending. First ending was only okay. It just shows Shalem picking up Phantom and just whisking him away from the troop theater. I believe I I think let's see, was it the fourth ending? I'm not sure if I saw the third ending. No, wait, yes I did. It was just a while ago. It's just getting the third ending for me specifically is very difficult because you need those hyper-specific items, which, you know, RNG hasn't been very nice to me when it comes to getting that ending. I'm talking about the Puppeteer one, that's the third ending. Second ending... I don't really like the second ending. It wasn't very good, to be honest. But that was the, what was the name of it? The teddy bear ending? I didn't like that one because it didn't make any sense. I don't know how canon it is, to be honest. But I think I like the fourth ending the most, mostly because of, the playwright. We get to see the playwright. Playwright is a nonsensical boss, but actually pretty easy to take down. Let me move this out of the way. Oh. It's out of the way. So I think I'm taking on a big endeavor here with drawing Phantom. He's not, like, you saw his design, it's not that, it doesn't look complicated, but it is because of all the drapery on his body. And then there's like the whole tone of his color. It's all black with very few breaks in color, but breaks in shape. What I mean is, like, there's only separate pieces based on the shape of the piece, not rather the color of the piece, which is a pretty actually ingenious way of looking at the design. Just breaking the pieces into shapes because you're only using about, what's this, like 3 to 4 colors, I think? 3 to 5 actually, I'm gonna count the blue. Yeah, so with like only a handful of colors, you're breaking up the color, breaking up the color with shapes. And I think design-wise, that is a genius idea. Having to think outside the box in that way. I think the artist's name here is Skade. Skade had to think outside the box here with the way, I believe it's a woman, but the way she had to like break down Phantom. I think they did a much better break in color design with his live 2D art, which you can only get from IS2, and I'm sorry that you missed it. Doug, I'm sorry that you missed it. That one was even more elegant. It still uses the whole breaking the monotone sections, like the blacks, into shapes, but it still has that nice color break with the reds and the whites. Oops, I'm moving my stuff around too much. Okay, Pure Ref, work with me. Maybe I should just draw a portrait of him. I drew this circle and I just kept talking. Oh, the tilt I want to do. I want to visualize what I want to do with him. Yes, yes. I want to tilt his head down, but I don't want to tilt it too much. I don't want to tilt it too much because I don't want to elongate his forehead. Yeah, I think you can still get it, probably. You can still try to get the rewards before it's officially closed. But it's really deep in. You have to be like a high level to get it, Doug. You gotta like, what was it? Level 145? I don't know. I went above and beyond just to get that skin. Because I really wanted it. They really make you work for it to be having it that deep in. They're gonna do the same thing with Mizuki in his event. Let's put this here. Let's push this back more. Let's see. It's so strange looking at his hood, considering that his ears are actually kind of big. They're actually kind of big under the hood, but you seem a bit muted in a way. Huh? I don't know. I don't want to get too technical with this because I don't. Over designing is also a problem. Let's put this here, here. Okay. Let's take a look at him. Yep, long nose. He has a very thin mouth, like most handsome men. These really big eyes. Just gonna put a placeholder face for now. I'll build on that later. I want to see how fast I can move here. Should make his chin a bit more narrow. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Just thinking about what I should do here. I haven't really thought out his pose, to be fair. Good thing I warmed up. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see. If I should build his mask. His mask is actually half size. Maybe half. There we go. Would it cover his nose? Yes, it would. It's just a placeholder shape. I like to make those. Let's see here. It's not big enough. You know, I'm thinking like later down the line they're gonna probably try to buff him. Not that it'll help. His kit is his kit, and they're not gonna change it. Just like they haven't changed. What's his face? What was it? Vigil. Oh, how do you release? This is the second time they released a 6-star male operator with a garbage kit. Not even a garbage kit. Like, the kit sounds fine, but the DPS is just not there. First was Passenger, now with Vigil. Let's see, I'll do. Let's make this a bit bigger. I don't know. Vigil would have to have a module to fix him, and even then, it probably would barely help. I mean, they did fix Passenger. He has 2 modules that like boost him to an actual 6-star status, and that's like that was a huge boost for him because he was too slow. He just didn't do enough damage for, and it didn't seem to be worth it because of how expensive he was to deploy, how long it took him to charge his skills, and his output, which is garbage. And then they suddenly think, oh geez, we gotta fix this. Just slap a module on him, and it increases his damage. It's like, why wasn't that a thing when you first made him anyway? Like, why do you think this through? I don't understand the logic here. Like, you had basically no problems with the female operators, right? But when it comes to the male operators, it just... someone keeps fumbling the ball, and it's ridiculous. It's a bit too long. Let's see, do I want to... I was just thinking of what I want him to do with his arm. But I don't think I wanted him to do that. There are still strong male operators, but they're becoming more miss than hits, I guess. I can understand why you think that way, especially with the 2 major misses. Well, not so much 2. The latest major miss. But it's not quite like that. Like Stainless, for example, like he's technically a mid operator, but technically his archetype is mid anyway. Like, why would you want DPS from your support character? Oh wait, Ling is a thing. Ling is a supporter, and she's like one of the most broken characters in the game. And then there's and then there's like the opposite of that. There's Mjolnir, who is so OP. Like he's basically a meta unit, basically outclassing Silver Ash as the new king of Schwing. But the thing is, like, as much as people want to say, like, oh, Mjolnir just outclasses Silver Ash, Mjolnir is not a direct replacement for Silver Ash. Silver Ash is still... he's still viable in some places. Like, he's still one of the few operators who can see invisible enemies. He boosts the whole party with his attack up. He has a faster redeploy. And what else was there? His S2 makes him almost invincible. with the counterbalance of like, oh, we'll take away your range, but at least your defense will go up and you'll recover health. If something's still alive after throwing Miller at it, Silver Ash will throw Silver Ash at them too. That's true. But not a lot of things are alive after Mjolnir is done with them because, you know, he does that true damage. But meanwhile, Silver Ash just can't do true damage. If Silver Ash could do true damage, the Mjolnir would be viewed as a side grade rather than an upgrade. But Silver Ash is still the meta king of my heart. As well as Mjolnir. I just like my husbandos in general. But sadly, you know, the Phantom got like really crushed. I even like brought him into some stages with Texas, and it didn't seem to like matter. Like the only reason why I would deploy Phantom was if I screwed up. Like he's my oops, I made a mistake guy. And I already used Texas, so I can't use her again basically. I think his chest is a bit too big. Let's just shorten this a bit. Not that much. Here we go. Let's see how this looks. Over. Down. There we go. That should be fine. Sternum should be straight down. You know, now that I think about it, Phantom is a bit of a problem because of his clone, mostly. I thought it was pretty cool that this dude was just a 2-in-1, but considering the deployment limit and the redeployment of the clone, it almost doesn't seem very worth it. Unless you use his, Did he get a second module? I think he did. I think he got a second module to, like, hasten the redeployment time of the clone. But it doesn't seem worth it, to be honest. Because the damage isn't quite there. It goes a bit longer. He has a long torso, I think. Let's see, waist is here and there. Yeah, that seems about right. Let's bring this out. I'm not quite sure how big I want to make this. Let me make him bigger. I should make some room for his ears. Okay, let's look at that. Yeah, alright. Oh, but how tall are those ears? Oh boy. ears sit back here. Yeah. Maybe? No? Oh, sorry about that. No, here's a question. He's always wearing hats. Oh, his ears aren't as tall as I thought they were. They just have these tiny little, not tiny, they're really long tips. I'm not quite sure what type of cat he is. Huh. He has like, hold on, his ears are like that. And like this? I know that's not the shape of an ear, but bear with me. It looks like that. It looks like his ear right now. Tufts of hair. Okay. Don't think I'm doing too bad here. Oh, that's facing the wrong way. It should be facing forward. Even with several references, I'm still screwing up. So you should be facing this way. Like so, but that doesn't look quite right. That's too big. Let's move us over a bit. Okay, I think that helped a little bit. I have to dress him. This is the part I have to be careful here, because I might screw up. Here, not that good. Should be a bit higher. Should be a bit shorter. Define this a bit more. Yeah, much better. That was kind of bugging me. Let's work on his face a little bit. And then I'll add his hair. This ear is not a, it's not a real ear. I mean, he does have this ear technically, but I'm just gonna hide it behind his hair. Yeah, I know it bugs certain people that people with animal ears have their human ears. But it's just an artistic take. They have to add the ear, otherwise it's just gonna look so strange. Let's see, starting point. Yes, like you. It looks stranger with the ears. I can understand why it would look stranger with the ears, but I think it will look even more bizarre without ears. I've seen those character designs without the animal ears, and it's just odd looking. I think I just gotten used to seeing the human ears with the animal ears, that seeing it any other way would just look so bizarre. If I were to flip this divide would be here. Let's see, it goes this way. No. It goes this way. This way. There's a shape here. And then there's another shape that's long on this side. Okay, yeah. Not quite right. This has to add more volume. Draw more hair over here. I don't like thinking about the inner workings of their head with having 4 ears, and like you said, it's not unusual just to cover them up with hair. Huh, that is true. Like, having 4 ears would seem inconvenient, because, well, there's a lot of reasons you don't want to have 4 ears. Like, I think that would be torturous to have that many orifices just for audio. I can't really name an animal off the top of my head that would have that many auditory functions. 4 ears. I've heard of creatures that had several eyes, several limbs, even several brains, several hearts, but several ears. I really can't think of anything right now off the top of my head on that basis. Let's see. This goes like this. The way I'm drawing him almost looks like Mjolnir. Almost. Horse. I don't like thinking about the inner workings. Oh yeah, I read that. Let me think. You know, now that I think about it, how would your brain even process all that audio? Like, think about it. Like, you have more than, like, what, 4 pieces of stereo sound on top of your head and at the side of your head. Just think about that. Think about it and cringe. Let's see here. Wait, I'm gonna drop this a bit so I can see his hair. Alright, let's see. Wait. Okay. I wish I had another monitor, but 4.1 surround sound. Oh man. That sounds both amazing and terrible at the same time. It's like, wow, everything sounds incredible, and then you hear a bang and you're just constantly shocked. You can't you won't be able to deal with it. Get rid of that. I need that piece. I don't think I want this too low. Oh. That's still too high. Just drop that a bit lower. Rest of his hair. Phantom really likes to wear hats. Not just hats, just head wearing in general. The first picture is a hood, the second picture is a hat. That's, I don't think, is that a fedora? That doesn't look like a fedora. And the last one is like a freaking, what type of hat is this? It's foppish, that's what type of hat it is. It's a little bit annoying. You know, for a while I thought that the clone was Miss Christine, but it's actually the mask he puts on his face. Foppish. I don't know, it's not quite a pirate's hat. It's a theatrical pirate's hat. Or maybe a vagrant's hat, I don't know. But yeah, he wears a lot of hats and it covers up his ears and it's kind of frustrating. You mean it isn't Miss Christine? I thought that would make sense. Yeah, I thought that would make sense too, but I think because his default is that his clone is him, but it has a mask on its face. So I'm not quite sure if Miss Christine can wear the mask. I assume like he puts on the mask, which makes a clone of himself, and that gets deployed. Because the mask, I'm sorry, the clone doesn't have two tails, I believe. Sorry, I got a little distracted. I think the mask duplicates his face. No, not his face, his entire being. And then you can just throw it onto the field when you need it. Put this strand here. I'm sorry, I'm not messaging my friend because he's being silly. No. Oh. Really not sure how I feel about this part. No, he's busy at work. I think the only reason why he's messaging me is because he's bored. I have to redo this part. Oh man, don't do that. Busy at work, messaging on board, and pick one. Like, bro. He doesn't have the bit rate to watch a live stream. How about that? No bit rate. No data on his phone for that. He only has data on his phone for like his gacha games. I think I like the look of this. This looks kind of stiff. Yeah, it's not floofy enough. Let's see. I think he has a bit of a cow look on the side of his face. What do you think? I think I can make him go that way. Is there any way I can, Wait. Hedgecat, would you like to be a moderator? Sure, okay. It's nice to have a backup. I'm not sure that I imagine you really need one for a while. That's true, but better safe than sorry. Yeah, I think I gave you the wrench. Let's see here. Oh right, I was fixing his hair. It needs to be fluffier. It needs more volume. Stretch this out over here. A little bit more. fix that. Okay, where was I? Here, here, here. Like that? No. You know, now that I think about it, maybe the reason why why Phantom wears headgear because he doesn't want to deal with his own hair. He has a lot of hair that doesn't look like it's get combs. My lines. Come on. Ugh. Let's see. Check. Take a sip of water. Did his clothes change? Yes. I'll just stick with this one. I don't want to deviate too much. One moment. I want to check something. Oh, that's weird. This wasn't working. That's something I have to look at later. Never mind. I don't want to get too distracted. think this part of his hair drops down. Drops down straight. And then curves off. Yeah, I was right. It's more like a big lump. Yeah. This is a dude who does not comb his hair. I would assume he has a lot of it. Make this bigger. Likely, Miss Christine brings him a comb and meows at him until he untangles it. I'm just imagining that right now. It's like, she is the only person besides the doctor that he'll listen to, right? I think he's rather difficult with the other doctors at Rhodes Islands. You know, maybe when I get better at this, I can afford another monitor, so I can organize this a bit better. Right now, my desktop monitor is getting just a little bit cluttered, and I have to move stuff around. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. What if I should expand on this shape? Let's look at this again. Let's erase this. Actually, more of this shape. Ah, I see. I wish I had some time to like draw this primary beforehand. That way I'm not like fussing about with decision making over and over again. Let's see. This still doesn't look right. I'm just listening to the song from River City Girls. I really liked River City Girls, but I didn't like the second one. The sequel really took the wind out of my sails when it came to progression. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't like side-scrolling beat 'em ups supposed to be short, and thus increases their replayability? Like, I'm playing River City 2 Girls, and there's like these ridiculous side quests that just I can just feel the time getting ticked away with how much time I'm wasting trying to do a chore in the middle of my side-scrolling beat 'em up game, because it's leaning way too much on the RPG side of it rather than the beat 'em up side of it. Like, I could see myself replaying the first game, but not the second one, even though the second one has more characters. I understand the River City games were side-scrolling beat-em-ups, but they were always RPGs as well. Yes, I understand that too, but the first game there's like only a few, like only like probably 2 or 3 side quests. In the second one, it's like in almost in every zone, which is, I think it's just a little bit ridiculous. I think without those side quests, the game probably would have lasted like probably 4 hours, maybe even less. But it just I'm trying to get my thoughts in order on this one. It's just the thing about the side quests, like I felt that they should have been faster to get rid of. Like, I'm recalling the one where I needed to get into the dance club, and in order to do that, I needed to prove my dance skills. So I go to prove my dance skills by going to the arcade with the dance machine, but I can't play the arcade machine yet because another NPC told me that I need to beat up the Yakuza first to gain access, to gain coins, to gain access to the arcade, and then when I get to the arcade, there's a rhythm game you have to play, and then after that's done, you can go all the way back to the dance club and gain entrance. Oh, I guess maybe they wanted to increase the scope of the game after getting their feet wet with the first one. That is true, and you can feel it, but the thing is, the way they went about it just doesn't make much sense to me. Like, for instance, the two main characters are both the girls. I can't remember their name. One's Kyoko, and the other one is I don't remember her name. But across the other characters, there's like four more. They all have the same dialogue as if they were those two girls, which is a choice. It's you're asking your voice actors to voice characters that are similar in their personality, or just they would just say the same thing if they're that person. Like, it was really strange hearing Miriam refer to herself in the third person. That's how strange it was. Oh, he has a lot of stray hairs. No, that's not correct. Maybe a few stray hairs. Let's correct this. I think that's all I want to do with the hair. I'm just gonna blip that out. Let's work on his face. Let's see here. Yeah, I want to match here. Boost this up a bit. Oh, maybe I should use a straight line. Since that's what the reference sort of looks like. Sort of looks like a straight line. I don't like this eye. Start again. Oh. I wonder how Mizuki is in IS3. I wonder that too. I got one, I think I got the first ending. And it seems that he became friends with Highmore. But that's all the context I can gather from that. I don't want to, explain any further because it might be spoilers. If you care about that sort of stuff. Islet is interesting. Let's not overemphasize that. I haven't touched IS3 or Texas event for that matter yet. Been busy with too much other stuff. Ooh, well, you don't have to worry about IS3, but the Texas event, I think it ends this week. I believe it ends the 13th of June. Well, the banner's already gone. It's neither here nor there. Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that. All the stages are unlocked, I suppose, so if you're gonna like procrastinate, I think the 13th is the latest you can be, but I'm not quite sure about that. His eye looks very strange in the reference. I don't understand why it looks so blobby. I'm gonna have to make do. Oh wait. I don't want to overlap his nose. Oh, what's this? Partially I want to do the stages myself. Partially I want to rush through the stages to get all the rewards. But to rush through the stages efficiently as fast as is to use the guides. And like, why am I playing the game at this point? It's frustrating. Well, that's true, but you're the one who's not making any time for the game, so you're the one who's rushing through it. So either you have to make time to play the game before the event ends, or you have to rush through it. It's really up to you. It's your choice that matters here. I don't think there's any shame in using guides anyway. Like if you're having trouble figuring out how the stage is done and you want to do it the most efficient way possible, then maybe using a guide would help. But I guess a guide would be useless if you don't have certain operators. Like I know there were some guides I couldn't use because at the time I didn't have operator horn. But now that I do, like it's not a big deal. I can just bring horn if I need to, or if I don't. It's up to me. wrist is starting to hurt. I forgot to set a timer for myself for break times. But you know, it's my first day. I'll have to like slowly implement that into my own time. Ow. Alright, let's see here. That's not right. It's supposed to be some more back. Make this a bit smaller, maybe? That's not right. Ouch. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm running into a problem. Just make a line first. Wrap the mouth around. Corners of the mouth. Corners, please pop out. So actually, let's dip that down. Just a smidge. How's he looking proportionally? That's a good question. Oh, this is what he looks like so far. I think I made his head a bit big. Which I can probably shrink down. Let me look at my reference again. Yeah, I should shrink his head a bit. I also want to measure his head on my reference too. Yeah, let's shrink his head a bit. Cool, now I have more room for his other ear that got cut off. Let's measure this again before I finalize the image. Quick check. We'll go here, here, 1, 2. Shrink it down just a tiny smidge. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That's something I have to get better at, his head. These head sizes. At least in the initial mock-up. Let me just adjust this. 1, 2. Yeah. Fix his ear. I think this should look a bit better now. Yeah, his head's not as big, which is perfect. I probably don't need this shape anymore. I'm gonna erase it completely. Erase that too. That looks a lot better. His mouth isn't quite right. Upper lip. Just thin this out. Thin this out. Thicken this up. Quick check. Lips are open there. Mouth is closed here. Okay. I believe the artist made his mouth purposefully wide. I can reach his eye in some way. Yeah. Like, if I were to like draw a line like this, the corner of the mouth should reach this edge. I believe the same goes for this side too. Like the corners of the mouth need to reach that side. So I can break this, just move it over, so it hits this corner. The same for this side. And I can just fix the middle. This guy has a wide mouth. I don't want the tip of his upper lip to be too prominent because that would look very strange. So I'm gonna put down a line here. Put one here as well. Make that part just as thin as possible. Or I can move the mouth up a bit. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Out here, construction anime boys. Even anime boys need to follow anatomy rules to a certain degree. Aesthetic has some semblance of rules. And with anime boys, their chin is always big. That's what makes them extra handsome. Speaking of chins, maybe I can fix his. Make it a bit softer. His jaw still needs to be sharp. Jeez, there we go. I need to check the time. Okay, it's almost 3:30 local time. Almost there, so I may have to cut it there. Mostly because of don't want to lose track. Yeah, it's almost 2 hours. So I don't want to lose track of that. I may have to continue this drawing offline anyway. So just so I can like make sure he doesn't get all floopy looking. I can tell that his eyes are a little bit too close to each other. So I think what's best is like to okay, thoughts for next time? Thoughts for next stream. Construct my primary first. And then I guess the best part would be work on the line work. And then a digital painting. Because honestly, even though I've been told that my painting looks okay, I don't like the word okay. I want it to look as best as possible. And that's the whole point of me streaming, so I can improve on my weaknesses. Don't run away from your weaknesses, you build upon it so that it's not a weakness anymore. I recall Bochi Sensei, the guy behind Dr. Stone, stating that drawing hands is difficult for him, but if you look at his work, his hands are one of the most perfect drawings you've ever seen on the human body. That's because he works at it. Always work on your weaknesses. And that's what I'm trying to do right here with this channel. Also, I gotta work on my voice because I realized I wasn't very talkative towards the latter half of this stream. But that's because I wanted to focus on my work. And I believe that's the whole point of a chat when it comes to streaming. Like, you want to bounce off your chat, and you need your chat to be almost as I don't want to say productive because that doesn't make any sense. Almost as lively as you are, as you can be. I think I understand the whole parasocial thing when it comes to VTubers. Like, VTubers need their chat, chat needs the VTubers. They gotta bounce off each other like ping pong. And that's important for the stream to be successful. I think, yes, for now I'm gonna work on this offline. So, I know I just said that already, but I just want to reiterate my thing. Drawing and talking at the same time, something you can practice, I believe. That is true. But multitasking in that regard doesn't work. I think multitasking is not a thing that works in general. You're not really multitasking, you're just switching task. You're task switching. So I'm switching between talking and drawing. Especially if I have to peek over at chat. And then I have to think about what I want to say. Or I can just be mindlessly talking about my drawing. Which, I don't know how entertaining that can be. That's more for me than it is for the chat. I don't know, it sounds like mindless rambling on my end, and I don't think that's also very entertaining unless you like that type of rambling. Either or, I have to like just I'm working on myself. That's the whole point of this channel, to be honest. That's why I'm hoping to grow. It's more just glancing at chat now and then to see if there's anything to talk about and setting your mouth to autopilot while you're doodling, I suppose. That sounds easier said than done, Hedgecat, because it's not autopilot. You have to think about what you want to say to chat first before you can go back to the doodling. I'm sure like I can transition to that, but it won't be as smooth as I'd hoped. After all, I was never really a conversationalist to begin with. I was always the, you know, the quiet kid, doesn't want to talk, you know, stuff like that. No, it's more like I don't want to talk, it's just I don't, sometimes I don't need to because people run their mouths in real life anyway. They run their mouth so much that, like, I'm just the listener and I'm not the talker. Like, I'm just there to say, like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I don't want to be like that because it's not conducive to a social interaction. It's also, I don't want my social interaction to be that one-sided. So I'm gonna end the stream now. And I thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again next time, which is... I don't know when, but I'll let you know through my Twitter, which is twitter.com/SeraphineWorks. You can also see my Twitter on my YouTube channel. It's there too. So, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.